today we are doing the cape and crown, and I am going to share with you every little bit of the process. And I know this is not going to be easy first time around, but I want to take you along the whole way and show you everything I do. So let's get started. So I'm just going to write down the things that I'm certain I'm going to need. A white trim, small gold chain, gold grommets, tassels, gold lace, a gold metal ring, gold plastic lace, tiny gems. There's our laundry list, and let's go. All right, we are here at Hobby Lobby, and we'll see if there's anything I want to pick. I think we'll probably stay at Hobby Lobby, but hopefully we find everything we need here. Wow, side note, I really want this for dust bathing. This would be perfect for videos because the other one I have is too small, but it's $24. But I might come back for it. Okay, so I'm here looking at lace. I don't really like this because it has this background, but this right here, this doesn't have any of that stuff behind it. You see, it's just open like that. So I might get one of these. So I got excited when I saw this because this is hard. This would make a really good base, but it's silver, so I'd have to spray paint it. Also, it's metal, so it's kind of heavy. I think this might be too much. So I found this fabric that I really like. It's kind of light, but it's still kind of heavy, if that makes sense, and it's super satiny. Okay, so I also really like this one, which is a little shinier. It's poly satin. I might get both and just see which feels better. So what I'm looking for, I'm looking at all this gold cord, and what I want is something about this thick. So this is like a little bit too thick, but I might take it for now. I can't seem to find anything that's thinner than this, but I like this a lot, so we'll see. So I like all three, or all four of these buttons. I don't know yet which I want to use, so I'm just going to buy all of them, and I'll return the ones that I don't think fit. So I'm thinking this is the white fabric that I want. It's fluffy, but it's thin, so I'm not going to have to worry about like fake fur making a big mess and being a little bit too poofy. This might be perfect. So there's actually also this, which is like the same thing, it's just like a brighter white, so I think I might go with this instead. Okay, I actually changed my mind completely, and I do want to use faux fur because this is really short, and it doesn't feel like it's going to be too messy. So I think I might just get like a half yard of this or something. So I actually went ahead and bought both of these. I got the satin, and I got this more like a velvety velour one, and I got the short pile faux fur, so hopefully this will work. So now I'm looking at all this chain to see if there's anything I want to use. I actually found this like twine looking gold chain, which I'm gonna buy. Chain that kind of has this wider one. I like that too. Yeah, I might get this too, and see how it feels. So actually, there's also this, which kind of has more of an obvious gold chain look. So I might get this too.
Wait, you're registered, please.
Oh god. There's also this, which is kind of pretty. It's like this dark metal. I don't know, that might actually look nice, so I'm gonna take this one too. So bad news, on the other side there's like a million more options. So this is really pretty, so I might grab one of these. There's this copper, which is interesting. Please remember, I am not keeping all of this. Oh, look at this. This is pretty, isn't it? So I'm gonna pick a few more of these. So now I'm looking for like a charm to put on the end of the cord. All of these charms are just a little bit too big. I kind of want something a little bit smaller, more discreet, something more like this. Just these little guys would be cute. Something like this, maybe something like this. I think these are a little big, but maybe. Alright, so I decided I'm going to go with both of these. I just kind of like the round little bit at the end. We'll see which one looks better. I found these that I like. This is just the silver ones, and this is like a really cheap assortment. I think we're about done. I've been trying to pick a topper for the crown, and I think I may have just picked it. I think if I combine these two, like put one inside the other, that would end up looking really, really pretty. So I'm gonna take these. I guess I'll end up having to burn the $4 if it doesn't work, but that's okay. All right, we got everything we needed. Now it's going to be about making decisions. All right, I'm about to go get Linus to measure him. This is probably not going to take very long. Should be easy. Okay, so he stands probably going to be about 7 inches. Probably want it like that. So 7 or 8 inches. About 6 inches. So head is 6. Length is 7 or 8. All right, good job, Liney. Now I have to deliberate and pick things from all of the stuff I got. I definitely have to hang on to this because so much of this is going back. Only $9 for all of these, and I'm sure I could use that for crafts another time. Same with this cord. I think I'm gonna end up using this, and I'll probably, well, if I use it, of course I have to keep it, but I could definitely see me using this again. I was totally fine buying these 2 different colors because I do sometimes use fabrics for different things. It'll just be nice to have something else on hand. Now we can start marking and cutting, which I'm kind of nervous about. I think first draft I'm gonna use, oh crap, I have not washed this counter off. Okay, we're gonna do that first. Now we've got this all clean. Let's start doing a little measuring. That's how it's starting. Not bad. So we're just gonna go 30 inches. So we want one of them to be 9 inches. So I'm just gonna mark right here. I'm trying to think of how wide I want this to be as well. Maybe 1.5 inches. Let's try it. Let's get the sewing machine. So I'm actually going to be using clips for this rather than pins. I really like these clips. All right, so let's do this. Let's see how this turned out. Okay, well, this is good. I've got all the boa pieces made except for the neck because I'm gonna make sure these work before doing that one. We've got this one piece that's gonna go like that, this piece that's gonna go around, this piece back here that's gonna come around like this. So this is kind of the outline for now. What I wanna do here is sew this to outside and outside so that when it flips over, both hems will be hidden and it'll just look like a nice cuff. And this might be terrible, and that's fine. I think that looks pretty good. Okay, I just did the other side. Pretty good. So just check out how this is looking. This is really looking awesome. All right, I have the outer edge pinned on and I'm so excited. I think this is gonna be awesome. It'll sit like this. I gotta pull out the fur along here because all the fur got trapped in there during the sewing process, so I need to make the collar piece. So I wanted to just tuck in just like that for the corner. So I'm just gonna sew this right here into this top layer. And there we go. That works for me. or clipped the collar, and I'm about to sew that. So I'll show you the finished product in just a second, for at least the fabric and the sewing portion. This is just going to look very elegant. So I'm gonna probably put the grommets right here. And I think I'm gonna have like a chain just about that much. That way it still sits pretty well. This is where some of the real decision making is gonna come in, because I've got all these different buttons. These. One thing I can say is that I'm pretty sure I don't want to use these dark, shiny black or gray ones. This one I might look at again. I don't think I'm gonna use those. I actually think I'm gonna use this twine looking chain for something else. I want to use it, but I want actual links to go between this collar. That way I'll actually be able to secure it with these links. I can use like pliers to lock them on. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna go ahead and try the grommet on this practice piece so I don't ruin the coat I've made. That looks really nice. Hello. I wanna fill you guys in on this because I'm having like a brain blast with this part. Look at this. What I wanna do is put this on top of it, but I'm like, okay, how do I attach it? Hot glue, like, oh, that's not gonna be good. I can put this through right here. It'll come out the back, and then I can attach the chain to that. How great is that? And also just tell me that does not look fantastic. All right, first one in, looking good. Okay, so we've got both gold grommets on there. So I think I'm gonna go with this chain. I like the bigger links. I think it'll show better. These also match in gold color. Oh, it does. Wow. That's just stunning. That is so pretty. Now we're gonna move on to the cord, and I'd like this to just kind of wrap around, and I'm gonna look at some picture references, then I'll show you what I do. This is how I'm gonna be lining the coat. I think this is gonna look really pretty. I'll keep you updated. So I'm about halfway done gluing the cape. I realized I really like the way the pins look on the cord. All of these little acrylic rhinestones that I got just on a whim, I think I'm going to use because they have these itty bitty ones like that. And I will be able to glue them right on top, kind of in the same way that I have these pins. I am so excited to finally put this last piece in. Okay, the cape out, the outline, the cord outline is done. So I've picked out some of the rhinestones. You can see here, these are the 5 colors I'm going with. Basically, I just go with my tweezers because these are really tiny. And I pick up the next color, come over here, and I just dab it on the tip of the hot glue gun. So I don't really need that much glue. And I come over here, put it on there, and I just press it. And pull the little strings. Some might be left over, but there you go. So I have this little scrap of the fur, and I will put it in there, this, and it will hang like that. This is the tassel. I've got the pin up here. This is just gonna hang down. I'm not gonna put gems on this, but I'm in progress. So this, I've got my hot glue gun heating up here. This is where we left off. You can see I've got these tassels made. The problem is I want to know what the length is going to be, and I can't just hold this, and I certainly can't put it on Linus and have him just wait there. So I got this Yeti container that kind of works. So now I'm going to figure out kind of where I want these tassels to lay. And I think I like slightly shorter like that. Or about maybe halfway. Alright, just glued this one. I love it, I think that's perfect. the hot glue is not really visible. It's just sort of coming out of the corner, which is exactly what I wanted. Yeah, I think that's good. It really doesn't have to be perfect. So I'm gonna cut it. So these little pieces stay together. Let that dry for just a second. Okay, just gonna go right in there. Get in there nice and hidden. Try and just get my nail in there and blend it a little bit. I am not sure if I want to add this last thing or not. These are just these pretty diamond looking gems, and I have 6 of them, and I thought I'd like to put 6 or 3 on each side. Maybe not exactly like that, but you know, something like that. Okay, so I think I decided I do want to add them, and I'm going to add them just as they are here. I feel like if I asked Linus in real life, if he was a real person, do you want extra gems? He would say yes. I just put pins along here just so I can see exactly where I want these buttons to be positioned. Just a little bit of space there. Just like that. Okay, nice. Time to do all of them. The coat is done. I'm not gonna add anything else. So there's a little bit of tiny space right here. You can see kind of the hole of that button, and it's kind of like leaning down. We don't want that. So I'm gonna take a little dollop, and I'm gonna put it right in there, and I'm gonna press it like that. So I need to open that back up just a hair. I'm gonna pull this hair back. All right, so now I'll be very, very careful. Pull it back like that. Slide it out. There we go. Okay, we're back and we're starting with the crown. One cool thing is this lace right here actually is wire bottomed. So that's gonna be helpful for just forming it and holding it. Let's see, we have some scraps, we have some leftover stuff, we've got some chain here, possibly. Then of course we have this, which I'm going to break these apart and overlap them so that it's more of a 3-dimensional sort of looks like pine cone looking thing that will go on the top. We have this, which is our gold flat wire. We've got these 2 sequins as well as these dark red ones too. So I think that should give us the diameter we want. So let's go ahead and glue this together. So we have our band here. Both of these edges are straight, and I don't want that. I want one of the edges to be open. This. So I'm just cutting along. So I cut off the top strip. And so to make it not look so straight, I'm doing like I did over here, and I'm making it look a little bit more natural. Honestly, I might just make one of these as like a basic crown. So another thing I know we're going to need is some more red fabric to match his cape, and we won't need very much. And honestly, I'm gonna just have one of these be a backup crown because I'm not sure how much I'm gonna like having this huge crown, or it might just be too heavy. You know what, I'm gonna start with the fun part first. And the fun part is making this, I don't know what you would want to call it, crown topper. All I'm removing here are these 2 little pieces. I believe these are supposed to be earrings. It has all of these little rhinestones in it too. Very sparkly. Now we have these 2 pieces, all separate. And remember, I want them to sit kind of inside each other like this. So it means I'm going to have to cut one open. Okay, so I've cut off the top ring and I've cut off the bottom ring so that it can fit inside this one perfectly. It almost fits. I'm trying to get this to line up with the hole right there. So when I close it, it'll be together. Whoops, like that. Okay, this is how I want it to look. I kind of wiggled with it a little bit and got it to line up the way I want. We're actually gonna make the hat with foam in it because I don't want to risk it collapsing, and I also want a little divot so it sits on his head. Yeah, so I'm just gonna start gluing it down. It's just glued right along the edge here underneath the fabric, not on the metal. It looks really pretty, so I'm not worried about the folds. I'm kind of just going off of what I think looks good. I've trimmed up the edges, and it's just got kind of a little pad underneath just so it'll sit on his head. And now we're going to start putting on some of the other stuff. I kind of want to have bands that go, 4 bands that go up and around, I think, and kind of have it decoratively kind of come up in an arch like that. One like this, one here, one here. It's quite pliable. Testing first. Ooh, that's pretty on there, isn't it? Once I bend this, it's gonna wanna stay bent like that. So I think I am gonna do individuals. That's what I'm gonna do. But look, that's the idea. And once I make this one and I like it, I am going to just copy it and make 6 more like that. Okay, that is so pretty and decorative. I love it. Let's build them. We've got our bands right here. You can see them all. They look all pretty similar. You know, just want to be close at least. Okay, so I very gently just sort of tuck these in. I'm going to adjust these just a little bit and glue them down with all the spots so they're evenly distributed. It's not perfect, but I think it looks pretty good. You can see the spacing is kind of off, but it's fine. This cord is from, of course, the robe. I think I want to wrap it up and put it in the center there so it covers up all the hot glue and it matches the cape as well. All right, we're gonna go ahead and start putting on this trim. Check it out. And then I am gonna line it with that cord, so let's put some fabric on it first. I hollowed it out a little bit more. We've got it glued in. Going to now paste the cord around the rim, and I think that's gonna look really, really good. All right, so taking a look at the crown update, looking good. There's a couple spots I cut a little too short, so the foam is exposed. So I am probably gonna patch those up, and but otherwise, I love the way this rim looks. I think it looks really nice, and it gives it a very clean look. And we're ready to start decorating it. This has been. So I have all the sequins gems that I want on there. I've got the big silver ones on the bottom. Pretty much there you have it. I'm very excited. Wow, we are done. All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. It was really fun and really challenging to make a really cool project. Thank you, Patreon, most of all, for making it happen. And if you'd like to join us on Patreon, who knows? Maybe our next goal will be 100 patrons and we'd make the throne and scepter. So I'm thinking about that. That might be really fun. Really looking forward to making more videos for everybody. Please follow us and subscribe, and of course check us out on TikTok and Instagram. See you next time.